Hello, welcome back again to the Stepping Bricks YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Giuseppe Paladini. I'm the founder of Stepping Bricks, and in this video we're going to talk about how you can create multiple sources of income that you can sustain your lifestyle. One millionaire has at least 7 streams of income. So 7 streams of income, if you're thinking just about your job, that is one stream of income, one source of income. If that goes away, then what are you going to do? So in this video, I want to cover what kind of streams of income you can have, how to create different sources of income without relying only on the one that you have right now. So if you have a job, well, hopefully if you have a job. If you don't have a job, then obviously you don't have any source of income and you must do something right now to create at least the first one. But let's say you have a job, you're comfortable in your job, you love it, you don't want to leave it, and that's perfect. Then I would suggest you to start thinking and start planning, what is my next step to create another source of income? Because there is one lesson we learned during the last 2 years of pandemic and COVID. It was that no jobs is secure. There's no job that is being secure over the course of pandemic, because suddenly everybody was made redundant. You know, they were on furlough for a few months until the government supported the scheme. When the government stopped supporting the scheme, suddenly, you know, the companies, they couldn't survive with the same number of staff without doing live events or, hosting services, etc. Then they had to cut down on their staff. So many people lost their job, and so many people were relying only on that income, thinking there was a permanent job for life. Now, if you are in that position right now, if you haven't learned the lesson because you probably survived during COVID, I'm talking about the job, then please do plan about your next source of income. Now, what kind of sources of income can you explore? Well, there is internet. That is the number one source where you can make money if you know how it works. You know, there are so many freelancers. They can advertise their services and products through internet. And you can do, if you have the skills, if you're good in something, then you can advertise your services, your product through the internet using a proper marketing strategy. Okay, don't just spend lots of money on everything just to be on every single platform and then nobody look at you because you don't have a target focus. So freelancers are a good source of income if you use your skills to create this extra income on top of your job. Then passive income is another one. So property investing, we always talk about properties. There is so many other investment strategies. They are, in my opinion, not as secure as property, not as safe as property. So I will stress a lot about investing in property, because over time you not only have the rental income, which is your extra cash per month, but it's also the capital appreciation of the property. So remember, you have 2 sources of income with the same property. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So one gives you cash flow, the rental income per month, and the other one gives you the value uplift of the property, so the capital appreciation. Even if you don't do anything at all on your property, over time, let's say, people say that every 10 years, 7 to 12 years more or less, on average 10, property double in value. So if you're not sure about what I'm talking about, go on Rightmove, go on Zoopla, have a look at the history of properties in your same street, and you will see that 10 years ago, property were sold for less than half of the price they're sold today. So property double in value every 10 years on average, depending on the area, of course. So even if you don't rent it out and you just have an asset, this asset is going to give you money over time if you plan to sell or to remortgage. Now, this is another thing I would like to talk about. Should you sell or should you remortgage? I'm going to cover this in another video. But for this purpose, you need to plan what assets you need to buy so they can pay for your liabilities, and they can give you that extra cash flow per month that is supplementing your 9 to 5 job, so your source of income. Now, as I say, millionaires have on average about 7 sources of income. What are these? Let's say you are in property. Property is not just one source of income. Property could be you have serviced accommodations, you rent your house for on Airbnb or Booking.com, the online travel agencies, OTA, and you can rent per night. So that's one source of income. Then you have buy-to-lets when you rent it long-term. That's another source of income. Maybe you have HMO, house of multiple occupancy, when you rent it per room. So you have 4, 5, 6, 7 people, depending where you are in the country, where they share an apartment or a house, and you have all the legality sorted, and you can earn a lot more from one single house compared to a normal buy-to-let if it's more bedrooms. That's another source of income. Another one could be commercial properties. There is a world of commercial. There are about 40, 50 commercial property strategy investments. So you can buy a commercial property, you can rent it out for 15, 20 years. You don't have to do absolutely anything. There are FRI lease, full repairing and insurance leases. The tenants, the commercial tenant is responsible for all the repairs. They're going to give you the property back after 10, 15, 20 years in the same or better conditions than when they leased it from you at the beginning. So that's another source of income with less stress. There is a deal packaging. You can find deals, you can do the matchmaking, find deals, then you put the seller with the investor together, you take your fee without buying the property, and that's another source of income. Auction is another source of income. So even when I talk about just property, there are so many strategies you can do to diversify your portfolio, and you're not risking on having one single strategy and then suddenly the government will change the regulations and you're left with nothing. So always diversify and increase your sources of income. Another source of income could be stocks and shares, could be a second job, but again, I'm not really keen on second jobs, just because you are working your time for money. So the more you work, the more you earn sometimes, but there is a limit to the amount of hours you can work in a day, which means there is a limit to the amount of money you can make if you base your source of income on this kind of mindset. However, if you leverage your skills, if you leverage the internet as well, the platforms, the resources available, there is no limit to the amount of money you make. And the reason for that is because you are creating enough value to solve a bigger problem for more people, which are going to give you more money for your product or service. Is that clear, or is it a bit confusing? I want to explain this in a little bit more details. You cannot increase your value based on the amount of hours you work per day, but you can increase your value based on the problem that you solve for people. So the bigger the problem, the bigger your value. The more valuable you are to the marketplace, the more money you will make. And Jim Rohn, there are so many videos of Jim Rohn online on YouTube. Please go and have a look. There are so many valuable lessons, also books, you can download, you can buy. He talks about creating value to the marketplace, and he said, is it possible to a person to earn £10 an hour in the marketplace? Yes, it's possible, because their value is £10 an hour, but not the value of the person, it's the value of the service they are providing to the person. So and then he asks, is it possible for a person to earn £1 million per month? And then the answer was, of course. And the reason was because he was solving a problem of £1 billion. So for example, if you have a company and this person that is asking for a salary of £1 million per month is going to generate you £100 million per month, would you be happy to pay £1 million? The answer is yes. And the reason is because this person is so valuable to the marketplace that you're willing to pay this person more, because they're generating you a lot more. So if you want to be that person earning a lot of money, you need to increase your value to the marketplace. If you go back 2 seconds on the multiple streams of income, so multiple sources of income, So we went through a few of them. We went through, the different different sources that you can have. We went through as well diversifying your portfolio. We went through the value to the marketplace that you can put so you can earn more. And that is basically, in a nutshell, the main three pillars of creating a sustainable business that can last forever and that has no limit, no caps to the amount of money you can earn. Now, if you like this content, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this video, and if you have any other tips or if you have any other topics you would like me to cover, and I'll see you in the next video. My name is Dr. Giuseppe Palladini, and it's been a pleasure. Bye bye.